This is a big question. We got to kind of rip this one apart. Ms. Taken opened up and stated some things that I think are very true. So we talk about individuality, and I don't think individuality is a bad thing. When you get married, though, I'm not marrying you to just remain your individual self. Like you don't take on a job and be part of a company to represent yourself. You integrate your independence in something that you're in to make what you're in better. So I think that we encourage individuality, but we've got to integrate that. So if I've been married now for 17 years, going on 18 years together with the same woman for 20 years, something that I've learned is that the independent stuff will have you thinking you're better than the person you're with once you start accomplishing certain things. Right. So if you're focused on your individuality, as soon as you get another degree and your tier of income goes up, you looking at your individual self, you want somebody who matches your individual self. I got myself a degree. I'm on a different playing field. This means I deserve a better looking woman, right? She gets herself a degree. I deserve a more fancier car. And if we encourage that individuality, you'll end up eventually being individuals divorced because we never learn how to integrate. So when you get married to somebody, your goal is not to be encouraged to be the you that was you before you married them. When you become one with that person, you should become better. So you should become more solid. You should become you should essentially transform into a better version of yourself. So I think we've got to stop preaching the individuality and we've got to start preaching more of the integration and the interdependence because that's what marriage really is.
You gotta have your goals, your plans, or whatever. Like this is what I need you to do, right? So if I was a manager, uh, and I hired somebody, I need you to do X, Y, Z. You know what I'm saying? As long as they fulfill their role in X, Y, Z, outside of that, that's none of my business. You know what I'm saying? So now a good employee that wants to move up in that company will take that extra time. That's none of my business and reinvest it back into the company. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference between a keeper and somebody that's just going to, be there for, that's cruising by. And it's our job to understand who wants to be here and who is just cruising by. You know what I'm saying? But at the very minimum, you got to give them the guidelines of what you need out of the relationship or out of a person, just to maintain.
And hobbies, I believe, can also be healthy for the individual. Now, guess what? If your wife doesn't like to play basketball, that doesn't mean that you should not be able to play basketball. If your wife enjoys crocheting, that doesn't mean that you have to like crocheting yourself.